Say you running off the road, so get out the way. Push the pedal to the floor, blow them all away. Yeah, you see I'm getting close, I accelerate. Going faster than fast, hit the gas, lose control. I won't crash, running high. Put your money on the dash, throw the dice, lose control. I won't crash, running low. I won't crash, when you slow. I won't crash, running. Say, you running on the road, so get out the way. Push the pedal to the floor, blow them all away. Yeah, you see I'm getting close, I accelerate. Going faster than fast, hit the gas.
What is going on, chat? Welcome to the W. Excited to have you guys with us. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoyed the last hour with Colby Marcio and Shaggy Betts and their special guest, Mr. Ben. $30. Appreciate him stopping by and hanging out with the kids on Up Your Units. Welcome to the show. Excited to have you guys here. You didn't have to go very far. Some of you guys had enough time to go grab a beverage and straight back in because we're right back with you right here on the Betting News Network. That is NZ. My name is Sweatpants Jesus. We appreciate you guys for kicking it with us for another hour. Actually, we're going to go about 30 minutes with you guys because there's only 2 games to talk about tonight, brother. I know. I know we're getting to the nitty gritty, but we should have some good ones tonight. The WNBA playoffs are rocking and rolling. Both of the other 2 series came to conclusion last night. Maybe they will come to both of the other 2 series will come to conclusion tonight. We will talk about it in a little bit. But we appreciate you guys being here. Brought to you by our sponsors at BetOnline. You guys know the deal. Get involved with BetOnline to get a $1,000 deposit bonus with that QR code in the top corner of the screen or $10 dropped into your account. How we doing today, big dog? Ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, doing all right. A little cold, but hanging in. I have to say, I think it's fucking ass that the first round is 3 games. Like,
it's really
what
stupid.
Are we doing? Like, why are we not doing 5 games at least?
So if you guys don't know, the first round of the WNBA playoffs is a best of 3. So these games, obviously, you probably guys have seen that, it's going to be over tonight for the 2 of these teams. And the second round and then the finals are 5-game series, which, I don't really get why they did that. I mean, I guess they did it. Maybe they change it next year with how much the WNBA has grown.
Same thing. Hopefully we see that change. I mean, these ladies can play. There's no reason why they shouldn't even be playing 7 games, But yeah, just something I figured I'd share.
Yeah, absolutely. Real quick before we dive into the games tonight, because we're going to talk about both the games. We're going to go between them both. We both have plays in the games. We'll get some plays from you guys in the chat as well, and then we'll cook a parlay and we'll get out of here and let you guys enjoy these games tonight and the rest of your Wednesday. Any thoughts on the games last night? I mean, it was always the Aces and the Liberty, right? Like neither one of the Dream and the Storm never looked like they had a shot.
I know, it's a shame to see the Storm like that, but the Aces really came out and said, "You're not getting through us." I don't know. I mean, we'll get into it, but since we're here, anyways, we're getting our WNBA finals in the second round, pretty much. I think the winner of that series is going to take the whole thing down. It's interesting the way they split that up. I'm very surprised. I guess it's just the way the numbers played out. 1 and 8. What were they? 4th, I guess. Yeah, 4 and 5 were on one side, 3 and 6, and 2 and 7 on the other. It's going to be good. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, it's going to be really friggin' good, especially with last year. I really think I don't know. I know it's a homer pick, but I do think the Liberty have a really good chance of if they get past the Aces, then this is theirs to win or theirs to lose. You could say.
It does kind of suck that we're getting this in the semis instead of this being the finals. But hey man, it plays out that way. So Liberty definitely looked. I think Liberty looked like a number 1 seed against the Dream. There was never a shot for that Dream team. They were up yesterday in that game, but it was fool's gold. The Liberty kind of tied the knot. Ionescu reminded everybody that she's still one of the best players in the dub yesterday, scoring a career high in points. What, she dropped 36 in the end, I think?
I believe so, yeah, 36. She had 5 threes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she looked awesome. So should be some fun games. That game is on Sunday. Game 1 of that series. NZ will be scribbling about that game over the weekend. So don't forget on NFL Sunday that there will be that game, which that whole series is going to be a fantastic series. So be sure to tap in with that at Betting News. But brother, we got 2 games tonight. Let's see what we got for you guys. We'll go start off with the first one. Starts at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. I can't wait to hear what you think about this game. Got the Fever and Caitlin Clark taking on the Sun in Connecticut. The Sun are 6-point favorites right now as we sit over under set at 136. The Sun absolutely dismantled the Fever in the first game. It was never close, start to finish. 6-point spread. It's kind of moved. It's been 6.5 some points throughout the day today. It's kind of settled around 6. I think it's still kind of 6.5 in some places. I lean with the Fever. What do you think?
We've talked about this, and it's tough. I leaned with the Fever on the spread last game. I thought it was going to be a close game. The entire first half, it was a close game. The second half, all of a sudden, it was like a completely different game. They just did not come to play, or we can say the Sun really came out to play, however you want to look at it. We were talking earlier, and with the way sports work, we'll just say it would be a shame to the league Fever didn't go a third game. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I will say I do like a player on the Fever team, and it's not just Caitlin Clark. I like Aaliyah Boston to get over 14.5 points, minus 106. She put up 17 last game and 11 rebounds. I do also like her double-double. It's plus 125. It moved to plus 115. They didn't have an answer for her at all. Melissa Thomas was busy. I mean, they didn't really have any sort of an answer for her at all. I like her to do the same thing. They need her to do the same thing if they're going to compete in this game, because if she falls away, that's a nice piece that they're going to do right off their offense. I do think we see, similar to the play of Ionescu, I think we're going to see the same thing out of Caitlin Clark. She's going to shoot the ball a lot tonight. She's going to shoot the ball a lot, and she's going to shoot it from deep. You can ladder those threes. I mean, 4 is plus 142. I think that's a really, really good look. 5 is a great lotto piece at over plus 200. I mean, really risky. 6 plus, I think, is plus 720.
We discussed it before we started. And I was looking at Clark's over 7.5 assists. She had 8 last game. She's actually, she's obviously been facilitating all season. If the Fever are going to have any chance in this game, Caitlin Clark's going to have to do a little bit of everything. She's going to have to facilitate. She's going to have to make sure that she's scoring. And as you said, she's going to have to be firing them from deep. But the Sun are really good defensively. So that's my only concern there.
Where's game 3? Is game 3 in Indiana?
I'm pretty sure that they go back to Indiana for the third game. Unless all the games are in Connecticut for this, right? Is that not how this works? I'm not 100% sure.
I'm pulling my phone really fast. Yeah, no, they go back to Indiana, but it started in Connecticut. So that's the other thing that's on the line is if game 3 goes back to Indiana, we're back to a 0-0 series, and it's a whole different ball game playing in that Gainsbridge farmhouse, I think it's called, or some weird shit like that.
And dude, can you imagine how absolutely raucous that crowd would be at that arena for on a Friday night? Caitlin Clark, chance to go to the semifinals.
Only game.
Which probably will be the only game on a Friday
all
night.
Eyes on them. I mean, you got no other sport really playing but baseball. Who gives a shit about baseball? There's no football games. Yeah, there'll be college on, but like people are going to want to see Caitlin Clark, and they, I think we saw earlier this week with the things coming out she drew like 1.8 or 1.18 million viewers on average per game rather. God only knows what they'll pull out for this if there's a game 3. I hope there is. I mean, listen, I they gave me like this no sweat bet. I'm really debating on taking the Fever money line. I'm not gonna lie.
Might as well. We talked about this earlier today. We talked about this earlier today, and this is kind of my inside theory about this because I agree with you, and I think that the league wants overall. I mean, they don't want all 4 series to end in 2 games, and that's it.
Sorry, I have to make fun of myself there. That's pretty funny.
You do, indeed.
Sorry,
but on the other side of things, they also excluded Caitlin Clark off of the flyer for the playoffs. I think that they've made kind of an effort to show that they're not going to just hop on this bandwagon with everything else. They're just going to continue to make it not a feature. So maybe they don't care, and I think it's I mean, we're not talking about them rigging the game, right? But I don't know if it means that as much. I agree with you 100% from a money perspective. I mean, we talked about it over the summer when they, excluded her from the Olympics, which I thought was stupid. I still think it was stupid, but I don't know if they give a shit, to be fair, which is probably the wrong move, but we'll see what happens on the court tonight, if that really plays out or not that way. But
yeah, I don't get the whole disconnect between her and the league. They should be embracing her more than anything. I feel like they're almost not embracing her just to make the rest of the league happy, which really doesn't make any sense to me. Everybody in the league should be embracing her. She's taken a team that hasn't been good in 8 years or 6 years, however many years it was, and they're good again after 2 number 1 picks. She's not the only player on that team. Yes, she's orchestrated a lot of it, but they have some good pieces. It's strange to me, though, as well. I don't get what the disconnect is there. She is the face of the league. Sorry, Asia Wilson. I mean, people know Caitlin Clark over Asia Wilson. If I were to go out into the streets of New York City and start asking people who they know, we'll get more Caitlin Clark responses.
100%. Well, and that's only going to continue. Okay. From this game perspective, though, and again, I like Clark's 7.5 assists. It's a little juice now, so I ended up not taking it because it was minus 125. She only had 8 last game. Do I think she can flirt with 10? If they're going to keep this game close, she should. But my favorite play in this game, which I know you hate, and I'm going to explain it, but I'm going back to my girl that I've bet on quite a few times this season. She burned me a couple times because she can be very inconsistent. But I feel like at this point in the season, this is it. Like, this is their chance. They need to win this game. They do not want to go back to Indiana to have to play in that arena against the Fever to win a game on the road in that arena. You know what I mean? So I think they know they need to get the job done tonight, and I think Alyssa Thomas is going to come out and make sure that she's going to do everything that she can to make that happen. I got her 18.5 rebounds and assists. I got it for plus 100 earlier today. I'm still looking at plus 100s right now. It's plus 100 or minus 115, depending upon your book. But if you can find the plus chicky, I suggest you go for it. She had a triple-double in the first game of this series. She had 13 assists and 10 rebounds. She has very good statistical success against this team. She's hit her RA in 4 of her last 5 games against them, all of them being this season. The one time that she didn't hit was the time I bet it. So I'm hoping that it doesn't. I'm hoping that doesn't happen again tonight. But as you know, with her, she does a little bit of everything for this team. And if this team is going to be successful, it's going to run through her being a good facilitator and grabbing rebounds on the glass. Sprinkle a triple double. It's plus 400 or plus 450, depending on your book. Maybe she goes back to back. She does have a success. And the last thing about this, the Fever aren't great defensively. They just want to kind of outscore you. And I feel like that the Sun are going to be able to take advantage of that. And I like Alyssa Thomas to be able to do a little bit of that as well. So I like her 18.5 rebounds and assists. And like I said, I did sprinkle her triple double as well. But I lean Fever. So hopefully the game stays close. Yeah, I did, Ma. Just to twist your arm. To answer your question here, would you take only points, rebounds, assists, PRA. 3 points made, or PRA? I would take her PRA probably. She can score. She's not a huge scorer, but she did have, I think, 12 or 13 points in the first game.
Yeah, she'll put up 10 to 15, give or take.
Yeah. The points will be a sweat, but she'll definitely drop a few buckets. If I had to choose, I'd go PRA of all of these categories. But I also like Clark, though. Like I said, I think she's going to come out, regardless of whether the Fever end up taking this game or not. I think she's going to leave it all out on the court. And we're going to find out if that is what if that's going to matter or not, if that's going to move the needle enough, man.
This game is Connecticut's to lose. If they come out and play like they did in that second half all game, this game, they're going to freaking wipe them up. If they come out, it's almost like the Fever came out at the beginning of that game and they just didn't know what to expect. And they all of a sudden got like bamboozled, and they had their halftime, they had a break, they reset, and they never looked back. I hate to almost say I feel like that might be coming again because I don't want to have to admit that, but it's tough to tell. They were 2 different teams in the first and second half of that game, so it all depends on which team we get. If we get that first half team, the Fever have a very strong chance of winning this game, not only just covering.
Sure. That's why I don't like a side, really, because I think I lean pretty heavily with the Fever. But then again, like you said, if the Sun kind of come out no nonsense like they did in the second half, this game could be a 20-point blowout. So
the other one was too,
exactly.
which is crazy.
Yeah, it was. So I like, and as Groovy's asking in the chat, I like Clark's points. I think you do too. Do you lean threes or Clark or per points in comparison?
I lean threes. I know she's going to get those bunnies, and she's going to get a few easy buckets, but I just think that she's going to shoot a lot of threes tonight because it's A, what she really does best, and B, if she can put them out to an early lead, it's huge. If she can hit 2 or 3 threes in the first half, or even early, if she can hit 2 or 3 early in the first quarter and do something like Sabrina did last night, she really gives them a strong chance at that point. They were only contending going into half of game one. They weren't winning necessarily. If they go in winning, could be a different story as well. Then, like we mentioned before, them going back home for game 3 is huge, like huge. So there's a huge incentive there, not only to just keep playing, but to give them a little bit of an edge for game 3.
100%. Okay, let's move on to talk about the other game. And then we are going to cook a parlay. We'll probably swing back and pick a couple things from this game. I'm going to try to find a nice little cheat. We got so close last week. I know, dude. I know.
Fucking Asia. God damn it. Forgot about that.
Oh, it was such pain.
We were more than at the table.
The leg that felt the easiest really, really sold us down the river. But hey ho, we're going to go again tonight. So stick around for the last little bit of the show. We'll put together something to write out tonight for both these games. Let's go to the second game.
Sure.
Lynx. Mercury's game is directly following the one we just mentioned. Mercury are 9-point underdogs in Minnesota. Lynx are 9-point faves. Over/under is 160.5 in this game. And I'm not going to lie to you, brother. And I think you said it, and I'm going to hear your thoughts about it too. But I think the Mercury are cooked, absolutely cooked. See you later. Goodbye. Send them home. The Lynx look like just a far and away better team.
Fucking wrap them up and get them out of here in plain English. Yeah, I don't know what happened with them last game, but whether the Lynx cover or not is the question. But they're not losing this game at home in the Target Center. They're definitely. Not to jump, but they're probably going to come out of that side of the bracket and face whoever wins against the Aces and the Liberty. But in tonight's game, I don't like it. Blew my mind last game the numbers that Natasha Cloud put up. Meanwhile, they have Copper. I know Deanna Taurasi put up over 20 points as well, but like Griner was nowhere to be found. They kind of shut her down. If they do the same thing as they did in game 1, where they led the entire game, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure they went into halftime leading. They were not trailing, I don't think, at all, really, at any point in the game, seriously, if anything. So give me the Lynx at home, wrap this up, waiting to take on possibly, they possibly may know who they're playing already, but hopefully they won't know who they're playing for my bias.
So I have a play in this game, which I'll get to in a second, but we just got to talk about Collier because Nafisha Collier was amazing in game 1. She had 38 points. She was awesome. And I like it again, dude. This Mercury team sucks defensively. They're bottom 3 in the league at points allowed. They suck on the glass. And I think she's going to come out and want to ball out again at home, man. So her points line is 22.5. I didn't take it. Maybe I'd be down to put something in a parlay if you want, but I think she's going to come out again and score. I don't think they have a good matchup for her. And I think if the Lynx are going to win this by double digits, she's going to be a big part of that. So, 38 last game. Nice and easy.
She's a name people need to become familiar with because as this league grows, she's one of the best players in this league. I think she finished 3rd in MVP voting, which I was kind of surprised she wasn't the 2nd place. And Brianna Stewart got as many votes as she did because I don't personally think Brianna Stewart's been as good as she was this year. To denote getting 2nd place in the MVP voting. I was very surprised Caitlin Clark was 4th. I was surprised she wasn't 2nd. But I think people did not want to vote for her just because they didn't want to I don't know. I guess I'll say they didn't want to hear it, so to speak. But yeah, I was very surprised she came in 4th. But yeah.
But you're right. I mean, Collier, and she's girl's a hooper, man. She can score. She's very silky with the ball in her hands. She's just a great player. But I actually ended up taking one of your favorite bets you've been betting on the last month and a half or so. I took Bridget Carlton over 3.5 rebounds. I got minus 125 earlier today. I kind of got mad at myself because I was looking at it last night and it was plus money. And I was like, it'll be plus money when I wake up in the morning. And it was minus 125 when I got up in the morning, which was really painful. But it's minus 138 now for her 4+ rebounds. She had 6 in game 1. She had 6 the last 2 times against the Mercury. And as I mentioned, the Mercury are dead last in the NBA right now, against in the rebounding department. They just cannot grab any rebounds. I know Griner is there, but everybody else on that team really struggles on the glass, especially against the forward position too, which is what Carlton is. So 4 rebounds for her seems like a really nice number. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking in this game. I like Carlton. I like Nafisha Collier to have a good night tonight. I don't want to take the 9 for the Lynx just because it is an elimination game. So, I mean, it's one of those situations that, you can't really, maybe they come out and really put the balls to the wall and like, don't let them run away with the game and keep it close down the stretch. But I don't believe in this Mercury team. I mean, they've just been going on a nosedive the last month of the season. And I think it could end tonight, man.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I'm reading King Dream Chaser here. I was surprised to say that the Mercury are going to win. I mean, listen, Deanna had a great game last game, and they still couldn't get the job done. That's the only reason why I kind of question them. Like SBJ had mentioned, they had a rough ending of that season, man. They were like, I think, 4th or 5th in the standings, and they slipped down to 7th. They could have almost missed if the other 3 teams played a little bit better. But, hey, man, I'm with you. Listen, the same thing that I'm hoping for on the other game could happen in this game, and the underdog takes the win. So we'll see what happens.
I mean, regardless, again, I don't think either one of us are taking a side in this game. Regardless, you would love to have another basketball game on Friday. I mean, it'd be great to have 2. So I'm down for an underdog. I just don't see the Mercury covering, or I don't see them winning this game. Maybe they cover, maybe they get a dub tonight and come out. But if they win, it means that the Lynx come out and really lay a dud, which
that's fair.
I see that happening.
Yeah, no, that's fair. They would really. It's their game to lose. It's kind of like the Sun, with these stupid small series. That's what I hate about them too. You only get one game against each other to really get familiar for a playoff atmosphere. I feel like this should be a 5-game series, and the other one should be 7 games, but maybe in due time.
Mm-hmm. J88, just to let you know, Bridget Carlton is the person I was talking about, the lady over 3.5 rebounds. That is how you spell her name. It's right there on the screen. We'll recap in just a second as we kind of put our parlay together, which we'll do right now. How do you want to do this, man? Let's be. We were really surgical last week.
Yeah.
How do you want to start with the Fever game? Should we start there?
Yeah.
You want to do Clark for 3 threes?
Yeah, that's a good start.
Okay. So if we do Clark for 3 threes.
Sorry. This Dream Chaser's got me laughing over here.
He's
You're a smart man. Very smart. All right, so yeah, let's start with Clark. I mean, I like Boston a lot, but I mean,
we don't take Boston if you want.
Should we take her points or her boards?
How many boards did she have in game 1?
I believe it was.
We could also take her double-double.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we can parlay that. It would help if I'm in the right game. She had 11 rebounds rather in game 1. Her line is 9 and 8.5. It's minus 140. We could kill the hook, but it's minus 235.
Let's just take the 8.5. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's not mess with the double-double just in case, but let's just do the 8.5.
I saw this. That's interesting. I mean, I'll be shocked if she doesn't hit it. I mean,
Magic Man, I do like this. I looked at her RA too, against because as I said, the Mercury are really poor defensively. So I do like that. Courtney Williams 6 assists. I like that bet. You can take her RA too if you want, if you can on your book. All right, so let's go Boston for her line. Yeah, 8.5.
Yeah, let's do that. I mean, at that rate, we might as well put Clark at 4 threes. How do we want to do it? Do we want to take the lines and get a little plumpier, or do we want to go a little safer?
I mean,
because her
I'm
three
down
threes
either
is
way.
already almost minus 200 at that rate. So it's like we might as well just take Boston for 8 rebounds and kill the hook. You know what I mean?
Nah, let's do the line for Boston, and then let's do Clark for 4 threes.
All right.
Let's get frisky.
Yeah. I mean, listen, her. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Her over 8.5 boards is minus 144 already, so it's not like there's still a good savings. So, all right, so we got 2 plays. Do we want a third? I know who you're gonna say.
Let's stick off of Carl. Let's stick with these 2. Let's stick off of Elisa, because I can just see her not doing jack shit, and you just texting me that she's, not doing anything, and I'd like to avoid that maybe. Or I mean, if anything, we can put her RA in. Do you feel comfortable with the RA?
No. Just to be
okay,
honest.
then let's skip it.
I like Carlton's 4+ rebounds.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I think that's a good play.
Down for that. Lisa is nice, and he knows that. He's just been burned by her so many times. That he doesn't
No, listen, I know all about her. It's just this year she has not been consistent. It has been very hard, and she burned us like 3 parlays, if I'm not mistaken. And it was her RA.
At least 2. At least 2.
So, yeah.
Do you want to take Nafisha's points?
Yeah, let me check one thing. I kind of like Kayla McBride's threes. She's got it both games that she's played against these guys twice this year. Well, I'm sorry, they played 4 games this year, so she hit it 3 out of 4. She had 3 and 3 the last 2. She had 8 against them and 1 this year, and she's hit it in her last 2 out of 3 games. She's a shooter. She had 20 points last game. This girl is a huge part of this team. 3 threes is what she does. And the Phoenix defense is like ranked 11th in the league for 3-pointers allowed. I think that might be a good look.
McBride 3 threes?
Yeah.
I'm down for that. Rowdy, I'll read it off at the end. We're just putting it together, so we'll get there. One thing, I want to go back to the other game, but let's finish this game first, and then we'll swing back to that. So if we do you want to do
that's
Collier's points?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's
It's 22.5. It's a little juice to the under, which is kind of scary, but
I mean, these 4 plays is like plus 1,100.
You want to just leave it there?
I think so.
I'm down. We don't have to force it. Those are just 4. It's just 4 ladies, Boston. We also have two ladies to hit threes and 2 ladies to grab some rebounds. What could go wrong?
I like it.
Leave it. All right.
I think so.
I'm in. So let's go. Boston 8.5 rebounds. Caitlin Clark for 4 threes. And then in the second game, Bridget Carlton for 4 rebounds, and then Kayla McBride for 3 threes. Let's just get to the second game.
Yeah. Alrighty.
You like that? We're locking in?
Yeah, I do. I like this 4-piece. Yeah, I just locked it in.
Boom. All right, chat.
That was good.
I'll read it off one more time. We will post it as well on our Twitter at Your Betting News, which is where some of you guys are watching us. Appreciate you so much. We will post the graphic if you want to write it out with us. It is Aaliyah Boston over 8.5 rebounds, Caitlin Clark for 4 3-pointers, Bridget Carlton for 4 rebounds, and then Kayla McBride for 3 threes plus 1104 is the final number on that. Boom, brother. Just like that.
I had to mute myself. The background was interesting. Twansky, I'm like, I don't know, an hour and a half drive and then another hour and a half ferry ride till I get there, but it's not too far, so that's something we could definitely do. It's where I went for my bachelor party, actually. I love that place.
Bang bong. King Dream Chaser, I like both of these plays a lot. So if you want to get spicy with it, Mabry was awesome in game 1. see her being good in game 2 again. And as you heard me talk about Thomas, I like that a bunch. So spice it up, brother. Get into it. Have some fun.
Should we do a little auto piece real fast?
Sure. Got a couple minutes. Let's rock and roll. Caitlin for 5. Are we double dipping?
I think so.
Or we could do her 10 assists. To not double dip.
She just hasn't moved the ball well against them. My only
She had
concern.
8.
Yeah,
Game 1.
She is right there.
Listen, I mean, if they're going to keep the game close or maybe even win outright, she's going to flirt with a triple-double probably. She hasn't done it against them.
Connecticut's defense is just so good. They're first in the league at defending points, rebounds, assists, and 3-pointers.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those plays where you're not really going with the stats here. You're going with the
gut. Yeah.
The gut. The hope that the baller just comes out and balls, you know?
Let's go with the 10 assists so we don't double dip.
Okay. Just so we can root for both things, you know?
Yeah. Should we do Boston double-double?
We can. That's also double dipping, though.
Oh, yeah. No, let's not do that, though.
What we could do is do Mabry for 3s.
Take her for 4.
It's plus 188. She hit 5, and she's hit 4+ in 2 straight games against the Fever. Rowdy, yes, I do like Boston over 26.5 PRA. You can take that.
Let's take the 4 at the plus 188.
Mm-hmm.
Should we move to the other game? Just do 2 and 2 again?
Yeah, let's just do 2 and 2 again, not force it. So that's Caitlin Clark, 10 assists, Mabry, 4 threes. Good start. Next game.
Collier, 25 plus. It's plus 146.
Yep.
And then
I don't want to double dip on Bridget.
What about Taurasi 3s? She had 5 last game.
Let me just double check it. I'm down.
3 is plus 174.
You know what? I trust you. Let's go for it. Boom. I like that.
My bad.
No, you're good. So Clark 10 assists, Mabry 4 threes, Collier 25 points, Taurasi 3 threes, plus 36.51.
Yeah.
We're not asking for moonshots here. We're just asking for a couple ladies to have some nice nights. That's all.
Right, just a little sprinkle.
Mm-hmm. Put a cup of coffee on it. So Clark for 10 assists, Mabry 4 threes in the first game, and then Afusha Collier 25 points and Diana Taurasi for 3 threes.
Hold on. This is a good point. Yeah. She's right. Carrington's going to be all over it, too, especially after winning that award. But hopefully winning that award will put a little damper on her somehow.
Distract her a little bit.
Sometimes
that's why happens. We've gone threes in the regular lane and then her assists in the other one. So we've kind of covered both sides, you know?
Yeah. She has been playing in her face, though. I will say that.
Oh, yeah. She smacked her in her face to start the game last time.
That's true.
Way to do it, too. All right, guys. We appreciate you guys stopping by for the W today. As I said, we will be posting the parlay if you'd like to write it out with us for the games tonight on Twitter. So be sure to give us a follow over there if you're not already. That's NZ. My name is Sweatpants Jesus. If this was your first time tapping in with us, we will be covering the rest of the WNBA playoffs. We don't know exactly what day the W will be every week, but we'll keep you guys posted. So just be sure to pay attention on Twitter, and also give us a follow right here on Twitch. Man, we are like 5 followers away from 2,000. We're so close. So give us a follow on Twitch if you haven't already. And if you're watching us on YouTube, which we appreciate, drop a subscribe. We really appreciate that over there as well. Good stuff, homie. Appreciate you as always.
Sir. Same here.
Could be some fun games tonight, man. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. We have only one show tomorrow. We've been double dipping so much. It's weird to have one show, but one show tomorrow for Thursday Night Football. I think we have our friends for Betalytics in the house dropping in tomorrow for afternoon Betspresso, so be sure to get involved. The lads forgot to give away a mug on Up Your Units, so tomorrow on Betspresso we will do a giveaway of a mug, of one of our new mugs on Betspresso tomorrow, and then they're going to do their giveaway as well on Up Your Units on Friday. So we appreciate you guys. Yep, thank you for being here, guys. Thanks so much for the time.
Yeah, appreciate
as
you guys.
always. Yep, appreciate you so much. NZ, brother, feel better. Thanks for the time,
sir.
as always.
Absolutely.
You guys came for the winners and you stayed for the vibes. Have a fantastic Wednesday night. Enjoy these games out there. And you know what, man? Let's just get one game so we get a Friday game. Just one.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful.
Just one. Appreciate you guys. Have a great Wednesday night. Enjoy the games. Take it easy. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the down in the
Now I know y'all be loving this shit
What
right
you know
here.
about rolling.
What you gonna do?
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Down in the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about